What are we talking about, Ryan? This is your topic this week.
We're talking about the environment we are living in, and talking about the environment, we say about people that are around us, that we spend time with every day, every week.
I went a
Family,
little farther.
coworkers.
I went a little farther with the discussion, and I want to talk a little bit about what you're surrounding yourself with too. So, if we talk about me personally, there's something that I surround myself with in my environment that may be a little bit of a distraction. It takes me away from being 100% productive all of the time. But we'll get to that. We'll get to it. I know you're going, really,
All
you,
right.
Dave? You not 100% productive? I know. Oh, Yorgo says no music. Okay, we'll have to figure that out. There's a button that I gotta click. Maybe I didn't click it to share the sound also. So I'll make sure that I remember that for next week. But the music is nice. The music is really good. Here, you know what? I'm gonna put the music back on. Hold on. So everybody can hear.
Awesome.
I love it. So anyways,
What do you think, Dave? Do you think there's a big impact on us from our environment, from the people that surround us?
oh, absolutely. Look, I think we're a product of our environment in a very specific, detailed definition of that. I think that we're all a product of our environment, and I also think that your environment can creep up on you and start impacting you in a positive or negative way, and you not even know. You not even be cognizant of the fact that you are changing. For example, you ever meet somebody, right? Or start hanging out with a group of guys or a group of girls or whatever, and maybe one of them smokes, maybe all of them smoke, maybe one of them likes to go to strip clubs a lot, maybe one of them, whatever. And then you start molding into that environment. And then before you know it, you're like, wait a minute, why did I start smoking again? Or wait a minute, why did I start drinking again? Or wait, I don't even like strip clubs or this or that, And so I think a lot of us end up just molding into our environment unless we're pretty hypersensitive and conscious about it.
Yeah. I know that there are two people that greatly impacted you in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And from a negative spiral, you went to a positive spiral.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Sensei Otto. I don't remember by heart.
Yep. Ron.
Johnson. Otto Johnson.
Yep. And Ron Barnett.
And the pilots. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, Ron Barnick. He was a pilot in the Air Force. Yeah, huge. I mean, they saved my life. They more than a huge impact. They're the reason why I'm here. So yeah, man. Yeah, I think our environment can directly impact the way we operate, the way we think, the way we act, the way we end up being. And it could be unbeknownst to you. You cannot, sometimes you don't even realize, all of a sudden, for example, if you start seeing political stuff, right? And it's polarized and it's hate stuff, right? Oh, this, and then you start seeing it more often, right? You're scrolling through Facebook, or you start, seeing YouTube channels a couple of times, and then all of a sudden it's in your YouTube feed, and you're like, yeah, politics, this, yeah. And then before you know it, you end up being so overcome or overwhelmed with that particular thing, and you end up getting hyper focused on that, and it changes the way you are. And then now
It's a
all of a sudden,
brainwash.
yeah, well, brainwash. Look, I don't think it's brainwash. I think it's more the way humans are built naturally, right? So I think we're built naturally to do this thing, to end up being like this. And it's just so easy for media or your surroundings to influence you if you're not really cognizant, really thinking about it and going, well, wait a minute, I don't want to, dot, dot, dot.
If you're taking constantly info on a topic towards a specific direction, constantly, every day, for weeks, for months, this is the process of brainwashing. Either it's a good one or a bad one, because there is a good brainwashing with books, with seminars, with the podcast, that you choose what to put inside. But if you don't choose and you just put on the TV, they choose what you see.
Yeah. Well, I don't like the word brainwashing, only because I don't I don't think that's the intent behind media or anything that we consume, really. I don't think the intent is to brainwash us more than it is to gain what they're doing. So if I'm a news outlet, I need to sell news, right? And
That would be a whole other coffee, because it's so huge as a subject.
it is, but don't cut me off. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish what I'm saying. Look, it's like saying, it's like pointing at something and saying, I don't control what I consume. You can't put the blame on media or Facebook or on YouTube, because you choose to consume that. They choose to operate a business. And as long as we, the consumers, choose to consume that business, they're going to be a thriving business. So I always want to put the onus, the blame on people. Now, the truth is, and you're right, this is a whole different topic and conversation, but the truth is they understand from a biological standpoint, from a psychological standpoint, how to get us to continue to consume what they're offering. Yeah. I don't know if that's good, bad, or ugly. I don't know what it is. I've watched the movie, The Social Experiment, four or five times now. And I have you seen it yet?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's relatively new, and I think I would urge everyone out there to go watch The Social Experiment on Netflix. It is amazing.
You mean The Social Dilemma?
Dilemma, yeah, Dilemma. Yep, Social Dilemma.
Yeah, yep. I haven't seen it, but I've already heard of it.
Amazing.
But let's focus on the people for this coffee.
All right, Ryan. So let's.
You don't want to?
You didn't have to say it like that. You could have just introduced the first topic, right?
Like how people affect us, our thoughts and actions.
Exactly.
Well, we already mentioned how people can affect you in a good way, like instilling in you good ideas, a different perspective, like your mentors did for you, and my mentors did for me. The thing is, there are people that will share with you their thoughts, and by agreeing to them, you start coming up with a mindset, and your mindset directs your actions. So when I was younger than now, I was hanging out with some people that would make me, they would suppress me down. I wanted to fly, and they wouldn't let me, and also I had a negative image about myself in some aspects. And at some point, I heard an audiobook from Jim Rohn, The 12 Pillars of Success. So in one of the pillars, he was saying about having 3 categories of people in your life. The first category is about people you want to hang out more with because they push you forward, they make you a better person. They share with you good ideas. You can watch them have good habits in their lives. So by all means, a good influence for you. The second category was about people that have a negative impact on you, and you should lessen the time you spend with. So this could be some friends of yours or some of your colleagues, some of your classmates in school, maybe some a cousin of yours, or your uncle. So with these people, you lessen your time. And the third category is people that you want to completely cross out from your life because they are so negative, they are so bad influence for you that even by just having a little contact with them, it's toxic. So by hearing these 3 categories, I realized that some of the people I was hanging out with, I had to lessen or even cross out from my life. And I did it. It was like I heard it in the right timing in my life. And by doing that, I realized after some days, weeks, that I was feeling much better with myself, you know? My self-image was better. I realized that all the negativity I was feeling for myself was coming from particular people that were no longer in my life. And this is why I saw the difference. So toxic people can be your friends, but they can be your family as well. And this is why if you're not ready to cross your ties, to cut your ties with family members, this is where you lessen the time you spend with. And I've done this as well. For a period of time, very close family members were a negative impact for me. So I lessened the time I was spending with them. I kept my distance until there's a new balance. And it worked like miracle for me, you know? So why I say these 3 categories? To emphasize that it's an active process of choosing who you spend time with, how you spend it, and who is who. Do they deserve your time and a place in your life or not? Do they deserve 1 hour a week or 5 days a week? Like your spouse should be like every day, you know?
Yeah. I agree. That's Miss Guzman, who's going to be on with us next month, the first Tuesday of next month. She travels by herself a lot, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. So I wanted to make sure we have her on. She says that she's had to cut many people out. It's hard, but at times it's necessary to cut people off or at least distance yourself from them. And sometimes it hurts. It hurts to do that, to know that, well, I have to cut this family member or this close friend out of or lessen the contact with him or her. It's it can be a hard decision, but sometimes it's a necessary decision. And I think that another part of that is sometimes people will do that and not realize that they actually might have the problem, not the other person. So you should consistently seek to develop yourself and actually achieve whatever ideal image you have of yourself, and hopefully that's a positive ideal image, and that way you're not rejecting people out of your life that actually mean well and that can benefit you, but they don't match up at the moment with your ideal or your idea of who you are, even though it's a distorted idea. I hope that makes sense. So sometimes what I'm trying to say in layman's terms, in more forward way, is sometimes you're fucked up and you don't want to admit that you're screwed, and then you just start pushing people away that are trying to better your life or to add value to your life. And so don't get it twisted. You you don't need to lie to yourself. And we talked about that last week about lying to yourself. But you don't need to lie to yourself just to make yourself feel good about pushing somebody away that actually is trying to do positive things for you in your life. What was the second topic, man? You had a few.
You mean the bullet points? Oh, eh?
Yes.
Okay. So the other thing was about what role models you should be seeking to have in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking that when you want to achieve some things in your life, there are people that have already done that. So you can see how they succeeded in having what you desire, and model them, model their behavior, their habits. Try to steal their way of thinking.
Yeah, I had this conversation online with Justin, who did an interview with me. He has a YouTube channel, and Justin was what his partner actually was saying. How do you get a mentor? Like, how do you ask someone, hey, like, can I work out like you, or can I be like you? Can you show me how to succeed like you? And I said, so the truth is, people have jobs like that. That's what a life coach does, and hopefully, a life coach has been there and done that, and not coaching from a place that they haven't personally succeeded. You know what I mean? There's a lot of life coaches or people that call themselves life coaches or mentors, but they haven't done anything tangible with their lives, unfortunately. But there's plenty of people that you can pay to be in your life to help you get direction, and plenty of people that you can just ask. And I think that would be the first thing, is just going, hey, you know what? I really like the fact that you built $1 billion business, and I would like to do the same thing for myself. Can we have coffee sometimes? Can we do a 30-minute coffee once a month or something like that? And 9 times out of 10, a lot of people really enjoy um, helping you. Like, people enjoy seeing other people succeed in the most part, for the most part.
Especially when they weren't succeeding in the beginning as well, the successful
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. People that have had to work to get there, um, really like to see other people work to get there. Mohammed has a great point. He said, to be honest, our community matters in our success. If we don't have such people around us which can motivate us towards success, then I think it's too difficult for anyone to be successful, because there's some kind of successful people around us, then it pushes us. Um, oh, it pushes us to be successful, is what he's saying. So Yes, Mohammed, your words make perfect sense. I understand you and I agree with you 100%. Look, the truth is there's plenty of people that want to be successful or to be happier, to be stress-free, to be financially secure, but they're around an environment or in an environment that doesn't facilitate that. And so what do you say to somebody that's sitting in in the hood, you know, and all of their friends are selling drugs or robbing people, and they're supposed to be successful, and they have this internal fire, and they know, I really want to be over on this end of the spectrum. I really want to be successful or a business owner or a millionaire, but well, look look at where I'm at. You know, I'm sitting in the hood with a bunch of guys that don't give a crap about that are smoking weed all day, selling drugs, and you know, just hanging out, not living the dream that they actually should be trying to live. What do you say? You know, how do you, the lone wolf in that environment, go, all right, you know, I gotta get out of here.
It needs it needs strength. You need strength to do that, to be the
Mm,
lone wolf and go find your own pack. Because if you stay in the hood, you know where you're heading to. You know this direction where it goes. I would like to share an example from the book Tiny Habits of James Clear. There was a story there. It was about the soldiers that were fighting the war with Vietnam, and there was a huge percentage of heroin addicts in the soldiers. So they what they observed is that all these soldiers, it could be like 90% of them were using heroin while they were at war in Vietnam. It was very easy to access the heroin there, and everybody was using it. The thing is that when they came back home, they stopped using it.
mhm.
And just because they changed their environment and they went from Vietnam back to the States, they changed the circumstances they were around, the
Mm.
people that were hanging with, and everything. And they stopped using heroin, not anymore. And it's not an easy thing to do, to stop using heroin. It's very addictive. So the story wants to emphasize how important, how powerful it is to change your environment and go somewhere else.
Mm.
So, as you said in the example, the boy from the hood could start hanging out with different people, not the ones that are using drugs, that are carrying guns, that are stealing supermarkets or mini markets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
I
one person, maybe two people, maybe in another neighborhood.
Yeah. If
Um,
there's anyone in that environment, I would say you gotta leave. I knew for some reason inside of me, I knew that I had to leave where I grew up. I had to get out of that environment. Otherwise, there's the gravitational force that's pulling you is too heavy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just too heavy for most people. So, and a lot of people, it's funny. I had some friends here in Greece, and I remember we were talking, a couple people, and they said, "Yeah, we got to leave Greece." I go, "Why? You know, I'm trying to move here and retire." And they're like, "Well, yeah, there's no opportunity here. I want to be a doctor. You know, if I go to Germany or France or the UK, uh, I could be a doctor and make four times the amount and have
Mhm.
more training and blah 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 if I was there versus staying in Greece." And that's a hard decision, you know, to make. You know, up and leave your family, friends, everything you know, for a better life, for more success, to chase your passion, your dream. But sometimes that's a that's a decision that you just got to make for yourself.
Yeah.
What else we got, brother?
I had something in my mind, but I forgot it as I was hearing you.
um,
I found it back. So, how you find good people to hang out with, to spend quality time, to go forward together? To me, the first step is to become one of them, to nurture your mind, decide on your the destination and the direction you want to go towards to, and by nourishing your mind and start having better habits, you will attract people that are like you, and the better you become, the better welded people you will attract. And this is how you grow a better environment around you, by becoming better yourself first.
I would agree, but I think that um that you have to acknowledge the fact that you're not going to become better all on your own. You need to do that concurrently, simultaneously try to attract the right people, to become the right person, and you kind of combine all of that. And I really believe that that asking and seeking really matters. Like asking people, hey, can we hang out? Hey, can we just go have a coffee? Can you mentor me? Can you tell me what you did, how you did it, blah blah blah? Goes a long way. A lot of people don't want to ask, and you have to get over your own ego, your own pride, your own fear of asking. And this transcends to everything in life, not just, how many guys do we know that are afraid to even walk up to a girl and ask a girl to hang out for her phone number or whatever. This one trait of just asking and getting over your fear, anxiety, and know that no's never going to kill anybody, so asking goes a long way. And yeah, absolutely, trying to become the person that you want to become and striving towards that goal, it matters. And it matters in a couple of ways. It matters because of you personally, but it also matters when you start trying to attract the people that you want to be like. Because if they don't see that growth in you, guess what you're doing? You're devaluing them.
This is what I was telling about.
Is that what
Exactly.
you were meaning? Yeah.
Yes.
And so if they see that, well, okay, this guy, all he does is go drink every weekend, and that's not what we're trying to be a little more productive than that. Guess what? Before you know it, nobody's calling you to hang out over the weekend because they know that all you want to go do is drink and, pay for hookers. So
Yeah.
so yeah, become the person you want to become.
And there is another tool in our disposal, and it's books, because great mentors like Anthony Robbins, like Dave Armstrong, like Jim Rohn, they have wrote books, they have written books. So you can, for a small amount, you can take this book and read their mindset, read their experience, read their advices, So
Yep.
this is another first step, or a second step, to grow yourself.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, I'm going to put links to 3 different YouTube channels, because YouTube is free, right? If you have a device, and a lot of us here, have devices because that's where you're watching it. Um, so I'm going to put a couple of YouTube channels on here with people that I think that you can gain value from. One being us, of course, our YouTube channel. Besides us, Ed Milet is someone that I look up to and think is just an amazing person and has done some amazing things. So I'll put a link to Ed Milet and to us. And who else? Ryan, who do you consume on YouTube regularly?
I am a fan of the impact theory of Tom
Mm,
Bilyeu.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he
I like
has
the
a great
idea.
variety of subjects, and I think he's doing a great job with interviewing all these successful people. I really like his work, you know.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I can't wait till we have 1.96 million subs. Wow, that's so cool.
I would like to at some point to have a coffee, all three of us, you know, with Tom.
Absolutely.
So, do you
100%.
have anything more you would like to cover on the topic, brother?
Yeah, the last thing, or at least the last thing for me is distractions. And so this is more of a what's distracting you from being the ideal version of you? What's keeping you from being productive? What's keeping you from accomplishing the goals that you want to accomplish? And the truth is, a lot of us have dreams and aspirations for ourselves. A lot of us. And then we kind of let those dreams and aspirations uh, take a back seat or become second to distractions. So my big distraction is video games. My PlayStation 5 that just came in um, is a distraction for me. And a lot of us have binge Netflix or have really bad distractions like smoking or drinking or spending time with the very wrong people. And so I would employ people to look with a clear eye objectively at your life and the distractions that are around you and evaluate how much of a distraction they actually are. So yeah, I have a PlayStation and an Xbox, and they can be huge distractions. If I get a game that I'm really into and I'm playing online with a bunch of people, I could hang out for 4, 5, 6 hours and obviously not straight because of my back, but for a long time, sitting in my massage chair just playing. And when I decided to take this seriously, so helping people and running the business, I decided that I can't sit for hours on end and play. I still play, I still enjoy it, but I also know that I have something that should take a priority over that. And so I would encourage people to kind of think about what do you want to take a priority over what you're doing. Uh, and the first step to that is just to be cognizant of what the hell you're doing every day. Like, where are you spending your time? Where's the 24 hours that we all have going? Because I know Elon Musk is extremely productive with his time. Bill Gates is extremely productive with his time, and we all have the same amount of time every day. So
You know,
we can't.
I picture Elon Musk lying on a Tesla like that and sleeping, falling asleep like that in the side of a Tesla, you know, because he's working all the time in the factory.
Yeah. I just watched an interview today with him, and he was talking about how much he travels and goes back and forth to the different businesses that he has. Which
This is a great role model.
what's that?
this is a great role model if you want to
Oh, there's
succeed a lot.
absolutely. There's, you know, the truth is there's millions of role models out there that we can look up to and mimic behaviors that they have to really accelerate our own selves.
There are good and bad ones though.
Of course, we're not
So
talking about bad ones. We're-
like you know, all these there's a famous American family that they have put lips, butts,
oh boy.
tits, you know, and everybody else on the planet now wants to do this as well. Almost
Ryan,
anybody.
yeah, you know, I don't like it, but the truth is, like, it's not their fault, right? They couldn't be famous, popular, or be making millions off of this if it wasn't for who? Us, right? It's our fault. So if that's what we want to feed our minds and do with our time, and obviously that's what a lot of people want to do, who am I to judge them for that? You know, even though I don't agree with what they're putting out there into the world, I'm nobody's guru. You know, I'm nobody's savior, and I'm not going to judge you for what you do. I certainly can have my own opinion about it, but I won't judge you about it. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, that's what I was saying before. News is there and TV is there to get ratings and get people to watch, so people pay to advertise on their platform. So if if you if you frame yourself properly and decide you're not going to consume, and not that there's anything wrong with consuming that, if that's what you want to do and you're still productive and you don't want to go get lip injections and butt injections because you have some self identity issues or self-esteem issues, then great. It's just something that you're consuming, and you know, we all can use our free time and not be totally impacted or affected by what we're doing. But we know that's not the case. We know there's a lot of young women out there that um, have some self-esteem issues for a lot of reasons, for a plethora of reasons, and then so they see other people that are in the limelight, that are on TV with all of these things that they've done to themselves to enhance their beauty, and then all of a sudden they fall victim to it, and it's normal. It makes perfect sense, but I can't blame anyone for having for not having a sense of responsibility to humanity, because maybe that's just not their thing. You know, maybe they want to become millionaires and this is an avenue, and well, you know, it at the end of the day, we choose to do what we choose to do. It's our own choice. We can't put it on everything else. I mean, I know there's a lot of things that's competing with our biological makeup and our neurological makeup, but it's not like it's a secret. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, what else, brother? Are we done?
I think we're done, and we are in a good timing in 40 minutes to wrap this up and be close to 30 this time. Huh?
Wow. Wow. 44
We're
minutes.
we're making progress.
Yeah, we are. Okay, everyone, we love you. We appreciate you being here. We hope that we blessed your lives, impact your lives with a little bit of knowledge, and maybe created an aha moment in 40 minutes that maybe you weren't going to have otherwise. So we appreciate you all. We appreciate you guys being here, supporting us. And then we appreciate the million. Somebody donated $1 million just now to us. That's cool. Thank you. No, but
Yeah.
we appreciate you guys being here. Love the session. Catherine says Catherine's our biggest supporter. So thank you all. I'll make sure that we reply to all of your comments. They were some poignant points, and yeah, we appreciate you contributing and being here. Don't forget to share the live on your own pages and to other groups or other people's pages, send it to them. Maybe they can use the nuggets of advice that hopefully you find good. What else? What else?
Guys, we like to provide you with quality material in these coffees. We like to enjoy ourselves and enjoy with you, with your comments. So if you want, if you have any ideas for new topics in the following weeks, write them down and we'll check them.
Good
And
idea.
you know, it's fun to be together every Tuesday. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Don't forget, put ideas for new topics. And if it's something in our arsenal of knowledge and expertise, we will have a coffee time for it. So until next week, next Tuesday, we love you guys. Peace.
Bye-bye.